So I'm here on these files. Here I made a file to the best shots of TTArtisan, another video you can check here on the channel. And we already explore on the first part here the pictures on a darkness place test with a practical review. And now the second part, we want to see this action scenes, and we're gonna explore my pictures and the things you can do with a TTArtisan in a manual focus. So that's one of my picture. I like it a lot. I took the picture these Muscovy ducks. I have a sequency, but I like more this one. So you can see the drops, you can see all the details, the very shape. And these ducks here are a little bit between 20-30 meters far away. And I use a high speed, high shutter speed, and ISO 1000. And for me, it's very nice quality. And if you used to calculate the distance your animal are and focus before, you want to collect a very nice shot. And another example here, the river otter in action. So everything in focus. That's the a cub, and here is the father. That's the bird flying, is a yellow rumpet cacique, is a type of a Brazilian savanna and an Amazon bird. Everything in focus, in flying. It doesn't fly slowly, they fly fast. So I calculated the distance and I wait, and when they pass, I took many shots. And that's not only this one, but another one staying focused, but I like that composition. And one of the best pictures I have, I think in my opinion, is this one of the ant bird, the red barred eye ant bird with the drops splashing. And that here I use a tripod. That one here I don't use tripod. No tripod on a manual and the handling. So you can take pictures, excellent professional pictures with this lens. And if you used to use this lens and understand why the focus ring need to be slowly, not fast. And you can see the drops here, the details. That's very darkness place. I showed that picture on another video in the first part. And you can see all the details. For me, is incredible quality. And I took with the tripod this one, because on the Amazon, that picture is took in the Amazon, as the 5 p.m. is pretty darkness. So I use here ISO 3200, the minimal shot. I got it here with the 50 shutter speed, very slowly. And that's a harping eagle. The pictures I loved. The focus is not exactly on the eye, but it's on the feather here on the tail. But even so, you can have a very nice picture. I have another ones within everything in focus. That one here I use a focus aperture 8. So it's my mistake. I can. On that time, I could use 11 or 16 the aperture, but I made a mistake here. I put aperture 8, so not a mistake of the is not the lens is bad, but the teeny tiny thing behind the camera. That here the aperture, I forgot to tell. Here's the aperture 8, aperture 11. And it doesn't show on the Lightroom because it's complete manual, so the camera doesn't read the aperture because don't have any electronics. And here harpy eagle again. I can see very in focus the eye and the feathers here. It's the movement, so it's not, for me it don't have problem. The claws and the fingers is not in focus, because the idea is the eye stay in focus here. And that's a sunbeaten. I focus here on the feathers on the wings. I put here the 6.3 because a little bit seconds before after took that picture I was inside the forest, so I using 6.3. But if I put here aperture 11, probably want to take all this picture in focus. So my mistake again. And here is a turn, splashing in the water. It's very high velocity. For me, it's a very good picture too. A hummingbird. I don't took so many pictures of hummingbird because I don't found yet a good place to have many shots. So that's the only shot I have of the hummingbird. Only occasion I saw one. So I don't have so many pictures of hummingbird, but there it is. At least 10 meters far away. There's Amazonian parrot. Is a blue-headed parrot in flying movement. So if you calculate the distance, you can take a nice picture. There's a f8 aperture, at least 30 meters far away. That's a white-winged swallow. They live all over the rivers. It's a little bit far away, so the quality is not so good, but in focus. And it's a pretty fast bird. They could fly more than 50 kilometers per hour. And that's another one in the action scene. That's a swallow kite drinking water. So that picture took at least 30 meters or a little bit more. I think 40 meters far away, and I use f11. And so everything here in the focus and the splash. I use a little bit low velocity, shutter speed, and the minimum ISO I can here is 640. I took a risk because it's hard to take that type of picture, everything in movement, and took that type of view to do the expression of movement. So we need to focus one area, and another one need to stay a little bit blurry from purpose, because the idea here is show the movement. So you need to follow the objective to take this picture. So it's a little bit more harder to take that type of picture, even if you have a complete electronic lens. And that's the sequence. That one here, maybe this swallow kite is flying, is fast, at least 30 kilometers per hour. That's a type of small toucan, as an aracari inside the Amazon rainforest. I put here is the picture showing the aracari is a portrait. Show stop it, but the idea here is show is a little bit fast picture because it's not in action. But if you are a birder, you won't understand me, because the birds, many of them stay just a few seconds. So we have a window, sometimes 2 seconds, 3 seconds to take a picture, and then they flows away. And that's the case here. That aracari landed, and 2 seconds after, get out, flew away. So I can focus pretty fast with this lens if you're already used to calculate the distance of your subjective R. The same here. There's a black-billed toucan in the Amazon. That's a little bit more closer, maybe 20 meters. And flying, I could catch flying too, because it's almost the same level. Complete in focus. For me, it's a very good quality. A very good quality. Excellent. For a lens with have the cost of $200 is unbelievable. And the same here, aracari flying. The idea here is to focus the feathers to show the movement. That's scarlet macaws in the Amazon, and you can see here everything in focus, even flying. So it's a marvelous, magical thing after you used to use that lens here. You just need to follow the animals, and then you can took a very nice shot. That's another one, complete in focus. Actually, the first one here, the first macaw, is in focus here. Complete in focus. And the distance here is around to 20 meters far away. And it's a sunny day here, so more easy to take a shot. I use ISO 500 and the shutter speed 2000 to stay everything in focus. And I use here aperture 16. The same here, but the focus here is on the feathers. I don't care it's not in the eye, because the idea is show the wing here and the level of the eye. That's a sunbeater. That's a type of a display. They do a display in the air, and they do this pretty fast too. So flying. So you can do unbelievable pictures. You just need to know how to use. And like a photography, if you took more and more pictures, you want to learn more and stay better and better. And for me, the highlight of the action pictures is the Swifts. The Swifts could fly almost 100 kilometers per hour. And I took this shot one of the towers in the Amazon, and it's complete in focus here. Can see the details of the feather. Of course, it's far away, maybe 20-30 meters far away. Is a teeny tiny bird, so very difficult. That's the reason don't have exactly a very high quality, but is enough for me. Is still a good picture. And another example here is this parrot here. The Anakan parrot is an Amazonian parrot. I took this on focus. Another one is behind, a little bit behind, and I took here on the 6.3 to have all blurry. The background is a little bit more difficult. Took shots on 6.3 aperture because you can lose the other targets. If I put here aperture 16 or 22, maybe another parrot's when you focus too. But the idea here is capture very focus here and blurry the background with a very nice bokeh. That's another example. I think you already showed this example before. Is an Amazonian cuckoo, pretty rare. You can see all the movements and the splash of the after they catch the bug. And that's an Amazonian vulture, the great yellowhead vulture, flying. So animals flying, you can capture and have a very nice quality. Look at the size of the nose. The great yellowhead vulture could smell carcass 11 kilometers far away. It's a very nice bird. That's osprey. Osprey, I don't know in other countries, but here in Brazil, they're pretty difficult to photograph. And they never stops, always flying, doesn't allow us to stay close. And that picture I took more than 50 meters far away. And still have a very good quality for me. And they have a pacu fish here on the claws. Another macaws, that's a blue and gold macaw. Everything here, the idea here is show the eye. You can see the eye in focus is a little bit red at the face. The macaws is, after the humans, is the only species who stay the skin blush. They blush the skin to show to the partner the behavior they have. They could fall in love, they stay angry. So it's a social bird. So they need to show to the partner the feelings. That's the reason they stay blush. We can talk more in another videos about the story of the pictures and the story of the animals. And that's, I think, is one of the highlights too, to action scenes. I took this picture of the white-winged swallow flying in the 50 kilometers per hour, and focus and manual. So could be hard, but if you do a lot of effort and used to take pictures, you can take everything. That's a kingfisher, is an Amazon kingfisher. Is in a darkest place. I put here like action scenes because it's not exactly slowly when they do the movements with the wings to clean and then pass the oil in the feathers to stay dry. So everything in focus. That picture is took very closer, maybe almost the minimum of the distance of this lens. It took 5 meters far away. That one is a colored hawk flying. Is at least 40 meters far away. I use f16, so have almost all the bird in focus and a very good light, so not difficult at all. So tell me, what do you think about the wildlife photography with this lens? It's not good? I already saw a few reviews telling it's not exactly good for wildlife photography. I don't see that here. That's a type of a nighthawk. I took this picture. I like this because have a very green background, have some leaves close to me, and all the birds stay green on the background, and it's a very nice bokeh. And fly, and that bird flying fast too. So if you don't have money, if you want to start the wildlife photography, or even if you like to art of the photography and like to explore your skills, is unbelievable lens. You can take professional pictures with this lens here. You just need to use with that lens, like any other equipment.